YouTubers, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. It is a beautiful Sunday out here. Wanted to come up on here and talk about a subject that I was talking to a one of the subscriber. Kyle's OG house. Hey, that was quick. Typically, I don't know. YouTube doesn't get on here that quick, or subscribers or whatnot. But anyways, um, I wanted to come up on here, and we had a subscriber reach out to us, reach out to me on Facebook, Noble Steed. All right, and I don't know if you're watching, but we spoke yesterday, and the video, the title is called Misconceptions and Advice When Buying a Used Semi Truck. All right, and we were talking about he was thinking about getting a truck for about 15,000 or 20,000 to buy a truck, his first time truck, and he wanted to buy a used truck. And he was asking me stuff about the engine and all this other stuff, and I gave him some advice, and I felt like the advice I was giving was some pretty good advice. And typically, like, when I had posted up my trucks for sale, I see a lot of people potentially worrying about the wrong kind of things, all right, when buying a used truck. And so I kind of wanted to come up on here and just share my opinion. It's not factual or anything like that. Just take it like a grain of salt. But in my experience, I have bought 3 trucks, used trucks, all under, about 15,000 or so. And I had my shares of repairs and problems and such things like that. So I wanted to shed some light in my experience, what I've dealt with. And I hope that, you guys can take this, guys or gals can take this video and use this knowledge and apply it to yourself when you're looking at buying a used semi, even if it's not 20 years old or 10 years old. Everything that I'm going to be telling you is going to work for anything that's used, essentially. All right, we have 19 people here, so let's get formalities out the way. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and mash the like button, mash the subscribe button, drop a comment down below at the end of the video and let us know what you think. And don't forget to ring the bell on your way out, and share this video out to anybody that's looking to buy a semi or a used truck, and has some questions or concerns. All right, so essentially, right, what I'm getting at is what me and Noble were talking about. The first thing he brought up was well, first, hold on, let me look at these comments real quick. All right, we got Philip Magnum, we got Fresh Cut. I know, it almost making me look bold. I still got to get a lineup though. We got the good life. Yo, what's up? Got Chill Rocha. Wow, what's up, buddy? Haven't seen you in a minute. Regis the Trucker, Red Duchess, what's up, girl? And Shelton Warmly, what's up? And Philip Magnum, again, what's up? How much are they going for? Jay Walker, the billionaire trucker. About 15 right now. And about 15K. So anyways, let's go back to what I was saying, all right? One of the first things he came up with was, hey, the engine has been redone, but he doesn't have the paperwork, and he wants, so much for it, 20,000, blah, 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 and I think I could get him down to, 18 or what. I said, okay, well, that's all good and all, but have you, he asked me, hey, are you willing to go check the truck out? And I said, well, right now I have a lot of shit going on, and if the truck wasn't here in Ohio, I would have done it, but it's not right now. So he told me a little bit about the truck, but I told him, look, you can be worried about the wrong things. All right, when you're looking for a used semi, you shouldn't just be worried about the engine. All right, when I'm looking for a used semi, typically under 15 or 20,000, a lot of times you know, that truck is not gonna been the engine's not gonna be overhauled on it, you know. A lot of times it's not. Or previously, if it's going for that price, the owners that typically own that truck typically for about a year or so, and so it might have been redone, but who knows when it was redone, right? And like let's everybody worries about that engine, right? Everybody say, oh, my engine's gonna blow. That's the one thing everybody's concerned of, and I get it. Engine is very expensive repair, very expensive, but to be honest, um it's not an expensive repair. One of the comments that I had gotten on one of the trucks that I was posting up, had it was a Kenworth T600. It's got 1.8 million miles, you know, and a lot of people say, oh, you should only be selling that for 8,000 because it's got 1.8. The thing's gonna get blown up soon, and you guys do have some what do you call it? Justice there. You guys have some kind of justice by saying that. But at the end of the day, all right, um, there's trucks out there with 800,000 miles and the engines ain't worth a damn, And if that truck made it to 1.8, who's to say, right? Who's to say that that truck's not going to make a 3 million mile mark, right? Because obviously it was taken care of, but yeah, we don't know, because 1.8, it's been a lot of miles, and depending on how many owners or whatnot, you truly don't know. Now, if you get one of those trucks that have one owner that has put the 1.8, and always change the oil, then you're kind of dealing with a good baseline, But I guess what I'm getting at is, you buy a truck, let's just say for 15,000, and typically this truck is gonna have, a million miles or plus on it, Even buy the truck for 15,000, right? And you decide to do an overhaul on it. And depending on what motor it was, Cat, Detroit, Cummins, the price is gonna vary. And depending who you take it to, if you take it to a dealer, well, forget it. The price is gonna be astronomical. But typically, right, if you bought a cash for $15,000, you're not going to be the guy that takes it to the dealer, for that price, typically. Going to be somebody that's going to take it to the mom and pop, and, somebody that's going to give you a deal that, you can get the overhaul done for about 6,000 or maybe 9,000 or 10,000, and depending how severe you want to go into the overhaul, right? But I guess what I'm trying to say is there's so much more than just the engine, folks, that costs a lot to get a truck running, right? You're going to get a truck for $15,000. What is it going to cost you to get this truck road ready? Because obviously a lot of times, the trucks that you buy for about, 15, 20, maybe even 25. I mean, shit, there's trucks you buy for about 60,000 and they're still not fucking road ready. They need some brakes, they need a steering gearbox, or, need some tires. I mean, there's money to be spent all over that truck, easily, and in my experience, for somebody that's trying to buy a truck for under, 25,000, what I would be focused on instead of, just the engine, I mean, yeah, take the engine as a grain of salt, like if it was redone, it's got paperwork, awesome. But what I would be mainly concerned of is one of the biggest things that are going to cost you money when you first start off in your first 3 months of running that truck is tires and brakes, right? Tires, brakes, and you want to start looking at other things, because I mean, can anybody figure out how much it costs to do brakes all around on a truck, or do tires or a set of drives, this stuff is not cheap, and so let's just take 2 examples. You have a truck that's, let's put 2 trucks for 15,000, right? One has an engine redone and one doesn't. Well, the one that has the engine redone needs tires, needs brakes, needs steering components changed out. It needs a lot of shit, right? But it's got a good engine, right? Um, but you have this other truck, the engine hasn't been redone. It's got a couple leaks on the engine. But the owner took care of it, and kept it road ready and had tires on it, had the end had, brakes done on it, had the steering components, gearboxes, kingpins, you name it, had all the bushings, torque rods, U-bolts, I mean, leaf springs, all this stuff has been changed. Which truck would you buy? All right. And that's the question, folks. That's the question you need to ask yourself, because if you're gonna get sold by, hey, the engine's been redone, then I would given the same price, I would say that that's kind of the wrong answer, in my opinion, because easily, you know, truck one, the one that has the engine redone, to get new tires put on, you're looking at what, 2 grand, maybe a grand if you go in recaps, 2 grand. Brakes, another 2-3 grand, Um, some steering components change out, maybe another 1,000, maybe another 2,000. So I mean, already that truck going from 15,000, you need to do all this work to it and spend about 6 or 7, maybe 8 to get it road ready. And then this other truck that's already ready to go, right? And yeah, like, it has a couple of leaks on the engine, it needs to be redone. But truck one didn't have paperwork on the engine, and truck two didn't have no engine in frame. You could have taken that 8 grand that you spent to get this other truck road ready and spent it on this leaky engine one and got the engine done. And what was done to the engine, right? Like, you brought it to a shop that you change pistons, you change liners, you change valves, you change heads. I feel like you will get a lot more bang for your buck doing it that way. If you had a conflicting, if you find yourself where you're trying to choose between two trucks that kind of line up in that situation. All right. I'm hoping that makes any sense, Chio Roach, I've been busy, brother. Tracy Taylor, what's up? Good morning, Ham. Charles Brandt. When you're done talking, can I get your email, bro? Yeah, I'll drop it here in the comments. 3406 cat engines, best engine. What I have on my truck, 6K at least, truck 2. Kawology, exactly, truck 2. And I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like, there's so much, on these semis that you can spend to get it road ready, that if you're, going on a budget per se, you need to look at all the options. Obviously, like I said, I'm not throwing the whole engine being not done or being done like out the window, like it's not good at all. But just hear me out. One of these trucks that you have up here, that you can buy for 15,000, or 20,000 or whatever, you want to make sure you get, the most money worth out of out of the money that you're spending. And I don't think you should be looking at just the engine being redone if really that's the only thing on the list that has been done. Because like I said, you need to look at you need to look at the bigger picture. Is this truck going to be able to roll and not cause any problems for you, Obviously the engine has to be redone, but that's not too expensive, like how a lot of you guys make it out to seem. Shit, a lot of times, you just put in new heads on some of these engines, and I mean, they're good to go for another 400,000 or 500,000 miles, before you need to do anything to the bottom end. In my experience, the 3 trucks that I had, one of the biggest repairs that I've done, within the first 3 months of me always adding a truck, was a clutch. Right, I had to put new clutches in every single truck I bought. So already that kind of starts as a baseline when I do buy a truck. that's kind of one of the first things I want to see. When was the clutch last done? So if I'm buying a truck for 15,000 and the clutch wasn't done, or they don't know when it's done, well, I'm gonna replace it, because there's times I had to pay a toll bill because the clutch went out, and you know we didn't do preventative maintenance. Well, now I'm gonna do preventative maintenance, and you can easily spend 17 $2,000 depending on what clutch you choose, and if you replace the slave cylinder and all these other components, you can easily spend 2,000. So now that truck becomes 17,000. I mean, another thing is, like, all the trucks that I bought, I had to put tires on them within 2 months, and depending if you go with Chinese or if you go with Michelin's, not that's going to be another cost added to the dollar of the truck, and really, you want to know, like I said, the budget, depending on, because there's a lot of trucks that I seen that I could have bought, that had a redone engine, but I mean, the things were not, you could not put them on the road. Like, you just had to spend so much money to get them ready. And the money that you just spent to get them road ready, you could have had sitting on the side for a big emergency when you first start off in your first 2 months, running. So I hope that makes any sense for you guys. I know I kind of been rambling a lot, but let's see if we got any comments here. Where can drives for 2K, El Chino, where can I get drives for 2K? I mean, it just depends, bro. Like, you can get like some used tires off of owner op that, he's only been using them for about half life. You can get some decent deals, if you go to a certain mom and pop. They won't be like the top of the line, name brands, but you can get some decent decent tires. Maybe not for 2 grand, but like, 3 grand. I like to say that number just because a lot of people come up, oh, you can get some good Chinese tires or for $1,000 or whatnot. So I like to say, I said 2K, and really I should have said 3K, because you can get a set of new drives for about 3,500, some Yokohamas or whatnot. We got John Hernandez. Hamlet, I need my truck looked at. Can I hit you up when in Wichita? Doggies. Yeah, brother. I should be there hopefully, man, in like two more weeks. I'm hoping. Demon boy, that's some good knowledge, bro. Reginald Wright, and then Daniel Morales, sir. Do it, Ham. Hey, appreciate it. So I'm guessing I got the information across. I just kind of just came up on here, just to spread that little bit of knowledge that I came up with. I mean, there's just, like I said, there's just so much money I mean, if you start thinking about the components that you need to replace on a truck, I mean, even if you're doing the work yourself, it can still get expensive, honestly. From tires to brakes, I mean, to differentials, engines, transmissions, U-bolts, freaking compressors, AC systems, power steering, charger, cooler, turbo. I mean, you name it. I mean, $500 is like typically what the price of everything costs, minimum, almost, just the part alone. And if you are dealing with this problem and you're broke down in the middle of the road, I mean, that's just gonna increase the labor rate, Check with Mr. Coach, what's up? And El Chino, who in Wichita are you helping? El Chino. Eddie, I'm helping. I'm gonna be helping Eddie out. I'm not gonna really be saying it. I'm helping him out. He's helping me out. Honestly, like I see it that way. I'm gonna be working for him, and I'm gonna be learning a lot. So, anyways, let's see if you guys had any questions. We got 26 people in here. Go ahead and mash that like button, mash the subscribe button, and drop a comment down below. Let us know what you think of the video. And don't forget to ring the bell on your way out. If we got no more questions here, Charles Brandt, great information. I hope you have a blessed day. Hey, thanks, Charles. Appreciate it, man. You too. Point-to-point transportation, next move. if you haven't been looking on the SoCal Trucker Gang, all right, like I said, I already kind of released, um, I already released the vehicle, or like pretty much what's the next move. You know, I already talked about it in the previous video, mobile mechanic, but I took a picture and sent the truck that I'm buying for the mechanic, mobile mechanic thing. All right. So go ahead and check that out. I forget your name, bro. Sorry, but go ahead and check that out. For anybody else here, don't forget to check the SoCal Trucker Gang uh, group on Facebook, and you know, for content that, you know, a lot of times doesn't make it up on here. And I think the next video I'll probably do is when's the best time to buy a used semi, and when's the best time to sell. You know, cornbread. Yeah, there you go. I forgot. Sorry, bro. It's been a minute since I talked to you, but I'm gonna be putting out, yeah, when's the best time to sell or buy a truck, your semi. You know, because that definitely has um some gist to it. All right. Now we got no more questions here. Hamlet, not far from you, Loda. Any recommendations on maps, shops in the area? Tango Tracker, mom and pop. There's a really good mom and pop shop here in Cleveland. And I'm just gonna put this plug out, right? Since I really won't be using them as much. All right. Really good mom and pop shop out in Cleveland, well, Akron area. All right. And if you're ever in that area, you know, I would check them out. Their labor rate last time I checked was either $75 or $80 an hour, which is really good. You know, a lot of days now be $100, 120, you know, 100, 130, 140, you know. But that place in Akron called Truck and Trailer, Courtesy Truck and Trailer in Akron, they always did good by me. 80, like about $80 an hour they charge. And I mean, they ain't really no price gouge me. And I mean, there was one time the owner worked out payments with me. When I had did the differentials, I think, on the truck or whatnot. So, you know, not saying that he's gonna do that for everybody or anything like that, but you know, really cool mom and pop shop. They have, you know, used parts that, you know, they could put on, and or new parts, you know, and they turn your truck around in a decent amount of time, you know, not hold it up. You know, a lot of times what I did, when a guy would go home time, I just dropped the truck off there and gave him a week. And yeah, I mean, they could do stuff as much as turning up the horsepower or whatnot. And they were good working on the N14 and like the Caterpillars, the pre-emission stuff. You know, I don't know so much about the new stuff, but I know for sure like they did good whenever I brought any one of my trucks there. And like I said, they didn't rape me or anything, or cost me an arm and a leg or whatnot. So J-Mac, what other truck do you have right now? I'm trying to get the T600 sold. I think the Volvo is gonna sell. And appreciate that info. When I first subscribed to your page, Hamlet, you was with us, with US Express, and your brother was teaming you. Now you have your own business. Nice. Jay Walker, the billionaire trucker. Hey, appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's a long you've been here for a minute now. How much for the Volvo? We got the Volvo, like I said, I'm selling the trucks for about 15,000 now. All right. And I'm just trying to get the truck sold so I can, you know, move on to the next venture or whatnot. And we can go ahead and start doing this mobile repair. So for the final time, guys, thanks for watching this morning. Don't forget, you know, I hope you guys understand the message of the video, which was, you know, don't just look at just the engine. You know, you need to look at what is it going to take to get this truck road ready, you know, even after you buy the truck, you know, and how much money you have left to play with after you do all these repairs, you know, because that's going to definitely, you know, I think that definitely is a big factor, you know. And, you know, having a truck that's engine is brand, you know, been redone, yet, you know, the truck is always in the shop for other small little things. What good does that do, right? If you can't make any money running. So we got 29 people in here. Thanks for watching this morning. Don't forget, mash it up, mash the like button, and mash the subscribe button. Ring the bell on your way out. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think, and be safe out there, y'all. At the end of the day, folks,